My fellow Kenyans, welcome to our today's session. In our discussion today I'm going to briefly talk about leadership, ethics and the future of Kenya. In our introduction, I will briefly outline the main concern of the intent of this concept and concerns in relation to our society Kenya. Fellow Kenyans, leaders, youth, and citizens from all walks of life, the strength of a nation is not measured only by its natural resources or economic figures, but by the quality of its leadership and the ethical foundations upon which decisions are made. Kenya stands at a critical moment in its history where leadership choices, good or bad, shape our social harmony, economic growth, and global reputation. As an educator addressing the public, I invite us to reflect deeply on personal integrity, organizational ethics, and the urgent need for positive change if Kenya is to achieve sustainable national progress. Personal and organizational ethics in contemporary Kenya. Personal ethics refer to an individual leader's moral values, honesty, responsibility, fairness, and accountability. Organizational ethics reflect how institutions apply these values through systems, rules, and culture. In Kenya, examples of good organizational ethics can be seen in institutions that have embraced transparency and accountability. For instance, some county governments that publish budgets, involve citizens in public participation, and implement audit recommendations demonstrate how ethical systems improve service delivery. Similarly, independent institutions such as the judiciary have gained public trust when judges uphold the rule of law despite political pressure. Conversely, unethical leadership is visible where corruption scandals, nepotism, and misuse of public funds occur. When procurement rules are ignored or when public offices are used for personal enrichment, organizational ethics collapse. These failures often stem from weak personal ethics among leaders, showing how individual integrity directly affects national institutions. Leading with personal integrity. Good and bad leadership. Leading with personal integrity means doing what is right even when there is no supervision. In Kenya, leaders who have resigned or stepped aside to allow investigations demonstrate ethical leadership and respect for accountability. Community leaders who manage development funds honestly, even at the village level, also show that integrity is not limited to national politics. On the other hand, bad leadership is evident where leaders defend corruption, intimidate oversight institutions, or politicize public service. Such leadership promotes a culture of impunity, discourages honest citizens, and undermines trust in government. When leaders lack integrity, society absorbs the negative message that success is achieved through unethical means. Integrity-based leadership strengthens democracy, attracts investment, and inspires the youth to value honesty, hard work, and service. The need for good change for Kenya's better future. Kenya requires ethical and value-driven change rather than change driven by personal or political interests. Good change involves strengthening institutions like anti-corruption agencies, promoting merit-based leadership, and protecting whistleblowers. Citizens also play a critical role. Rejecting bribery, demanding transparency, and participating in civic processes such as elections and public forums reinforce good leadership. Education systems must emphasize civic responsibility and ethics so that future leaders grow with a strong moral foundation. By embracing ethical governance, innovation, and inclusivity, Kenya can improve locally and earn respect globally as a stable and just nation. For today, let's think and meditate about these questions. 1. How does personal integrity of leaders influence the performance of public institutions in Kenya? 2. Can strong organizational ethics exist without ethical individual leaders? Explain your view. 3. Identify a real-life example of good leadership in your community. What ethical values does the leader demonstrate for? What role do citizens play in encouraging or discouraging bad leadership practices such as corruption? 5. How can young people be empowered to promote ethical leadership in Kenya's future? 6. In what ways can education help transform Kenya's leadership culture? In conclusion, Kenya's leadership challenges and successes are rooted in ethical choices made by individuals and institutions. Good leadership thrives where personal integrity and organizational ethics are upheld, while bad leadership grows when values are compromised. For Kenya to achieve sustainable development and social harmony, ethical change is necessary at all levels, from national leadership to individual citizens. Leadership must be understood as a service, not an opportunity for personal gain. When leaders act with integrity and citizens demand accountability, Kenya can grow into a nation defined by justice, trust, and shared prosperity.